Everyone gets a declaration sheet as part of their insurance policy. It is at the front of the insurance policy. Most people don't know what their coverages are, and most people don't know how to read the declaration page. The first thing you're going to see is, what is your liability coverage? That means if you injure someone else in an accident, how much will your insurance company pay for someone else's injuries and compensation for economic losses? Then you go down, and what is your own coverages in New Jersey? We're a no-fault state, and a no-fault state means that if you're in an accident in New Jersey involving a car, your own car insurance will pay for the property damage to your car, and it will also pay for your medical bills. There will be on your declaration page a line for property damage. How much coverage do you have for the physical damage to your car? That's property damage. Then you get to what is personal injury protection benefits. That is the medical coverage in your car insurance. The other thing that's important to know in your declaration page is underinsured or uninsured motorist coverage. They're two different things. Uninsured motorist coverage means what it says. If you are hit or you are injured as a result of an uninsured driver, they don't have liability coverage. You look at your own policy, and when you look at your own policy, you determine, what are my limits? Underinsured motorist coverage is if you're injured by someone who doesn't have sufficient coverage to pay or compensate you for your losses and injuries, you are allowed to look at your own underinsured motorist coverage to go from the limit of the defendant or the tortfeasor or the wrongful actor up to your own underinsured limits. So the driver of the car has $100,000, you have a $500,000 underinsured motorist coverage claim, and your total injuries and compensation are worth more than $500,000. You could look at your own car insurance for $500,000 minus $100,000 and get $400,000. And the last part of the declaration page that's important, limitation on lawsuit or no limitation on lawsuit. In New Jersey, if you have the no limitation on lawsuit, you can sue for personal injuries with no restriction for anything temporary and permanent. If, however, you have the limitation on lawsuit, you can only sue for pain and suffering or personal injuries if your injuries satisfy one of 6 categories that is in the state law: death, loss of a fetus, dismemberment, displaced fracture, meaning a fractured bone goes all the way through, significant disfigurement or scarring, or 6, permanent injury. So limitation on lawsuit makes it harder to sue for pain and suffering, and you need to know if you have that. And again, it will cost you more money to have no limitation. I do recommend it to people. I think it provides you with more rights, but I do understand it is more expensive and not everyone can afford it. And it's up to you and your family.